With the cardiometabolic profile, we are not only able to evaluate our client's VO2 consumption levels and the economy, but because we are also measuring his carbon dioxide output, we can also evaluate his substrate utilization. Substrate is a fancy word for the type of calories or fuel he is using to do the work or just to exist. During exercise, we can depend pretty well on our fat stores for fuel, for energy, but only when we are at the lower levels of intensity. As we increase the workload, then we start requiring a higher contribution of carbohydrates. During the early stages of the exercise assessment of our sample client, he was burning his highest level, almost 40% of his total burn rate, from fat when he was generating 135 watts of power. As the power output increased, his fat utilization started to drop and the carbohydrate utilization continued to rise. This higher point of fat utilization is at or very close to the aerobic threshold and is considered the benchmark for exercise that can be sustained for hours on end. An ultra-distance athlete, for example, they're usually performing their very long events at this particular work rate. So if we can improve not only the ability to burn more fat at the aerobic threshold, but also increase the power or pace output at that level, then we are increasing our long endurance capabilities. Additionally, if we are able to increase your fat burn capability, becoming more fat adept, then you may also be more able to cope with your training regime and even recover better. If you're recovering better or faster, then your overall fitness and performance potential is greatly enhanced. Training at or near the aerobic threshold can help to improve this level. Additionally, dietary changes like decreasing simple carbohydrates and processed foods may also improve your ability to become more fat adapted. In this part of the dashboard, we can also demonstrate or estimate our client's carbohydrate needs when performing long endurance activities or events or races. Here, the blue bar of the graph on the right represents the carbohydrate need per minute while riding at 135 watts or at or about that 118 beats a minute. According to his test results, if the client was to ride for about 4 hours or 240 minutes, at the aerobic threshold, he will most likely run out of energy, the carbohydrate stores which are limited in the muscle and the liver, well before finishing, because he'll be in the hole about 1,200 calories. He will be depleted. However, if he was able to ingest some carbohydrates throughout the ride, let's say 75 calories per hour of carbohydrates, we might guess that he just might make it. Bring it down to 50 calories, and he'll still be walking on a shaky line if he wants to finish strong. These are just a few things we can look at on these dashboards related to the fitness test scores and how we can interact with the athlete to optimize the way they train and the way they perform.